Over the past decade, spark plug manufacturers have started using the words high ignitability. The term is not marketing jargon or snake oil. It is a fundamental engineering concept. The term high ignitability was first used more than 15 years ago in a peer-reviewed Society of Automotive Engineers technical paper. Dozens of engineering and research papers have been written on high ignitability. So what makes a high ignitability spark plug different than a conventional spark plug? Well, it comes down to three attributes. The first high ignitability attribute is the use of precious metals. The precious metals used in high ignitability spark plugs can range from 460 to 4,500 for just a single troy ounce. Platinum, iridium, ruthenium are harder and have a higher melting point when compared to copper and nickel alloys used for conventional spark plugs, and even standard spark plugs. By being harder and more heat resistant, precious metals reduce the erosion of the electrodes. This means the plugs will have a higher mileage replacement interval. Second, high ignitability spark plugs have a sophisticated center and ground electrode design. These designs will typically use a fine wire center electrode. The small tip on the end is made from precious metals forged into a cylindrical shape. It is then welded to the base using proprietary welding methods. Some high ignitability spark plugs can have a small piece of precious metal welded to the ground electrode tip. This is typically called a double platinum, iridium, or ruthenium spark plug. The shape of the precious metal can resemble a small puck or fine wire, just like the center electrode. Some applications use a double fine wire design with a platinum electrode laser welded to the side of the electrode. For example, NGK calls this a double fine electrode, or DFE. These are intended for naturally aspirated engines that require a high ignitability spark plug. Another NGK high ignitability plug puts the platinum electrode at a 90 degree to the center electrode. NGK calls this a projected square platinum electrode, or PSPE. This design helps to expose more of the center electrode to improve ignitability. This design is intended for high ignitability spark plug applications that might be turbocharged. Last is about how the spark plug manages heat from the combustion chamber and the spark. These three high ignitability attributes can be found on factory and replacement spark plugs. When the ignition coil discharges the energy of the secondary windings, heat is generated at the electrodes. This heat must be managed so it will not cause a misfire. A high ignitability spark plug can transfer the heat and achieve an equilibrium, so the spark plug is not too hot and not too cold. To be considered a high ignitability spark plug, it must have these three attributes, and all of them. If you look at the majority of factory installed spark plugs, it is easy to see that these plugs are classified as high ignitability spark plugs. When it comes time to replace the spark plugs, high ignitability spark plugs must be used. I'm Andrew Markell. Thank you very much.